So it's Wednesday after race day, and I'm sure you've seen a lot about these chains coming off. It's been mentioned that I looked down on my last one. It's just been peeing me off, to be honest. But positives, I think we've got to the bottom of it. I hope so anyway. Don't know if anyone is bothered or knows how these things work, but basically you've got a chain that runs on a sprocket. That's your clutch, which goes in there. That's your sprocket that chain runs down on. So the back sprocket is easy to see. We've checked that and it looks mint. Don't think you have to be a genius to see. By the way, this has been cleaned up a little bit. As you can see, it's shiny because it wasn't. That is knackered. So that's how it is. That's how it's meant to be. Clearly a problem. So that certainly ain't going to help. So what we're hoping is that we've got to the bottom of this somewhat. On top of that, the chain, we've had to get it. We've got a new chain. We had one of these knocking about anyway. Don't know why, but we did. So we've had this made to the same size. The links here in the Holden were all worn compared to this. Obviously that has been wearing the chain as well. So even when it's on the back sprocket, it's not been its best. So the chain itself was totally level. It was totally straight and everything. But this little hidden thing, being so knackered compared to that, and obviously the older chain been pretty worn, didn't help at all. Clutch wise, we've had clutch out, we've cleaned it up, we've roughed it up a little bit, we've just made it nice and clean, nice and good. There's nothing wrong with that at all, so that's going to go straight back in. So it just gets all put back together. Make sure the chain's all lined up. We've just put an extra sleeve on the rear axle as well to stop the rear axle moving as much. So hopefully, as you can see, that could be an improvement. Let's see. So we're almost ready to put it all back together. Should be looking good. So happy days. See you there. So, race day, ready for the off. Certainly not very warm, but we're all loaded, locked and loaded. So, special mention this week to Bat for Bolts. Bat for Bolts helped us with a couple of major issues we had, trying to swap a couple of parts and some snap bolts, etc. They helped us with the tools and the bolts that were a bit different to what your B&Qs and stuff certainly sell, to help us sort it out. And that will link to the chain, so let's see whether that works. Also thank you to Floody, David Flood, my mate, who obviously put quite a bit of time and effort into this week as well. Cheers guys. So first stop on the day. I'm sure many of you are feeling my pain right now at the moment. We're at the petrol station. So 5p a litre off by the government has done absolutely nothing. The people that still want to actually go to work, actually have a bit of fun, have a life, they're still paying silly amounts. So we've just paid 1.80 a litre. If you think that that's copeable, and if they think that that's rate, then they must be nuts. No wonder there's a few less stock cars and stuff like that racing this year. You can't blame them. I wouldn't like to fill one of them up, and I wouldn't like to fill a bus up. It is ridiculous. It's about time something got done on that. That's my little political rant on the way to work. We are being shafted by the government. Don't forget they take 60 odd pence a litre out of it. Oil's going down. Are we seeing going down? You've probably got a lot to say for it as well, because they're not putting it down. It's becoming an expensive world. Assholes. So we've had a few issues. Chain were a bit tight. Couple of issues on scrutineering. Hello. But the worst thing about it, not even a wheel turn and we're all going home. Queue to get out.
Not a sandwich though, so it's alright.
They're not even racing. Numpties. On a positive, my cart's not damaged.
Lovely view.
And it's a lovely view. That's one thing you can't fault. On a nice day, but it's spot on up here. Anyway, that's us signing out till next week. There's no point doing a conclusion.
There's nothing to conclude.
Because there is nothing to conclude. So we'll put this vlog up anyway, even though it doesn't really have a lot in it. But yeah, again, thanks for Bat for Bolts and Mr. Flood for helping us get it done. Mark Osborne for helping us with chain and tweaking it a bit when we got here again. Other than that, see there.